Good morning and welcome back to Rocky Mountain Gardens. My name is Mary, in case you're new here, and today we're going to do a July tour of my backyard garden. And I welcome you to join me as we stroll around the backyard and take a look at individual plants that I'd like to point out to you and just get an overview of the beauty of sort of a cottage style garden, which is what I'm trying to create in my backyard. But before we get started, I wanted to mention one of my subscribers, Deb, who asked me, she said, I would love to see bouquets that you make from your flowers. So I thought that I would share with you one that I made just today. And it looks like this. I'm going to give you a close-up here so you can see it better. It has Veronica in it, a new rose that I planted this year, and I used some lilac branches for greenery, and then I have some Shasta daisies as well. I am using this pressed glass vase that belonged to my grandmother for my bouquet, and it is just one of those treasures, a family piece that you love to have and enjoy using every day. And guys, I really encourage you to do that. Don't put things away in a closet and never appreciate them or look at them. Get them out and actually enjoy them, just like we can here with this little bouquet. Now let's get outside into the garden. I recorded this portion of my video ahead of time because I wanted to capture this Japanese tree lilac that I have in my yard, and it is just blooming beautifully this summer. You can see how, I don't know, it reminds me of a little puffball, the bunches of the tiny little blooms, and some haven't come out yet. They're just little tiny buds, but oh my, this adds so much color to my backyard. And if you have a small yard, it's a great tree to use. Here's a peek at a type of spirea called lime mound, and you can see that name comes from the lime colors of the leaves on it, but it also gives you these really pretty pink blooms in midsummer. Walking along my pathway in the middle of my garden, I wanted to share with you this rose bush that I planted for the first time. I've had trouble with roses in the past, so I've been a little shy about planting them, but I decided I would give this variety a try. It is called All Dressed Up. It has some fragrance, and it's a really pretty old-fashioned rose with many petals, and makes a great cut flower. And this is only my first season, guys, and look at the blooms I'm getting. I am really loving this rose. There you can see my old hammock in the background, which ripped and tore shortly after this video. Here's another view of this pathway that I created last summer. I'll put a card up here if you're interested in seeing how I put it together for a very inexpensive cost. Beautiful purple Veronica. Let's take a look at this new hydrangea that I planted. It was developed by proven winners. It is called Limelight Prime, and it is starting with these greenish colored blooms like many hydrangeas do, but I think it's going to get some pink in it soon. I haven't shared my children's fairy garden with you yet this summer, so let's have a look. I do have a video that shows how I made this magical sign for my fairy garden. If you'd like to see it, I'll put a card up there. Both this castle and another one you'll see in a minute are both thrifted items, a great way to find things for your fairy garden areas. A fierce dragon, and this poor hosta either is being eaten up by something or it got hit by a hailstorm earlier. And of course, because I have boys, I have boy fairies. By the way, there's my second castle. There's a little boy prince fairy. A little deer that I thrifted, and the castle, of course. A sleepy gnome and a creepy troll. Woo! Of course, I have to have dinosaurs for my grandsons. More thrifted items to decorate the space. And this is an old aspen tree that died, and I kept most of the trunk so that I could use it for a plant hanger. And it just looks really cute in this area. Guys, if you have any questions about how I did any of this, how I thrifted or did the flips for these items, don't forget to ask down in the comments. I would love to help you out to beautify your own backyard. We gardeners just love to share gardening information with new gardeners, and not just share but also exchange information about plants. We all can learn from each other, can't we? There's my very large Colorado blue spruce in the back of the yard, and the fairy garden, of course, is under that. Really pretty tree. This is a pine bush, believe it or not. I don't know the variety though. This is a really nice area for hostas, and most of my hostas are doing quite well this season. I'm quite happy with them, except for the hail damage there on that Summon Substance hosta that you saw. Here's another shady spot where I have all shade perennials, including that variegated red twig dogwood there that you see. Looks like a small bush. Here's my porch swing area of the yard with more hostas. I get a lot of shade here from my neighbor's maple tree. All of the trees are getting so much bigger in our yards now, so everyone has more shade. And if you saw my June garden tour, you might have seen how I cut this golden privet back, and now it's filling out, not completely yet, but fingers crossed it's going to look beautiful shortly. Maybe by my August video, I'll have a wonderful specimen to show you in my August garden tour. And I had a question. I wondered if any of you know exactly what that bloom is. It looks like a pincushion flower, but it's so much larger. And it was a gift from a friend, so I've not been sure what its name is. There's my wonderful garden hose. We have to water a lot out here in Colorado, especially the pots. There's a Virginia. More hostas. After I've done all my hosta videos, I wanted to be sure to share them with you on this video. They're looking pretty nice. This one back here is new to my collection right there, and I'm excited because it's supposed to have a wonderful fragrance to the flower. So I'll see if that's true this year. Bye for now, and I hope to see you again next Friday. I'll have a surprise video just ready for you.